This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scoots Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
That's right. You tuned into the Viewers Anonymous podcast, where we give you our very own reviews and takes of movies and TV straight out of Hollywood. Before we get into it, make sure you follow us on all socials on Instagram and Twitter at ViewerAnonPod, on Facebook at VA Pod Watch Group, on YouTube at Viewers Anonymous. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you'll know every time we drop an episode. And hit us up on Patreon at patreon.com/viewers anonymous. Become a viewer for only $2.99 a month. And last but not least, if you're listening to this or watching this on any other platform, pause it right now, switch over to Spotify, and hit that follow button on Spotify, and make sure you're listening and watching us on Spotify. That would definitely help us out a lot. What's up, man?
Can't call it, man. Just got a lot of, like we were speaking about, a lot of personal issues going on right now. But you know what I'm saying? We gonna fight through it though. We're gonna fight through it. But one thing about this though, and man, I can't remember if we talked about it on one of my platforms or what, but we spoke about in the past, man, like podding. This shit is more than just talking content, man. This shit could be therapy, man. You could do this shit like I did this whole shit through a divorce, all types of shit, man. Like
Right.
potting, man. This shit is like it's like some type of it's therapeutic, I would say. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So this is one thing I really in love doing, man. We've been doing this shit for a minute, bro. It's almost been 10 years.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I
Two
mean
more, two more
potting.
years,
We
and it'll be
like
10 years.
yeah, like pod, and like this pod is what 6, no, 5 years old. This
Yep,
pod is
5 years.
5 years old.
Yep.
But yeah, we going into 10 years of pod, man. Crazy. But anyway, man, how about you, man? How things going?
I'm good, man. I'm just looking at myself in the camera, bro. Like I got a black eye.
I'm gonna beat your ass, man. Your son.
My job. I gotta wear a respirator when I'm at work.
Oh,
So like
okay.
all through like right here. That's why you see like that little line right there. All throughout
Yeah,
here. Like man,
because
that
that thing
shit
be,
is
be pressing on you.
yeah, and I gotta wear goggles and shit. It's crazy work, bro. Crazy work. But outside of that, shit, everything been going great, man. I can't complain. Um, I'm excited this weekend. You know what I'm saying? 3-day weekend, Memorial Day. Gonna throw something on the grill. Um, I got my boys with me for you know what I'm saying all week, so I'm super excited about that. Just enjoying life, man. Also, if you are listening to this, do me a favor right now. Um, make sure you go follow S. Foster on what is it? Is it 28 minutes or less on TikTok?
No, it's that stop Foster 8.
Yeah, follow him on TikTok, S. Foster. We got some viewers anonymous clips there, and then follow me at Scoots Bronson TV. Um, I got some, you know what I'm saying, gaming clips and a whole bunch of other stuff that I got on there. But I will be going live on there in the next over the course of the next few weeks, just to you know what I'm saying, get in tune with the people and talk to everybody. I'll be playing video games on there. I'll just be going live talking to people. But jump in, man. Make sure you hit those follow buttons on both of those accounts. That way, whenever we post something on there, whenever I go live, you guys can check us out and get with us there. But today is I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know how this episode is gonna go.
Me neither.
This episode can go a myriad of ways, but the movie that we're covering today um is called Splice. Hold on, I gotta bring up the IMDb. Gotta be more prepared. But the movie is called Splice. It came out in 2009. Um,
Mhm.
stars Adrien Brody. I forgot what the other lady's name is.
Sarah Polly.
Yeah, Sarah Polly, Adrien Brody, and it is about two genetic engineers who are working on splicing DNA, and they are coming up with all of these different ways and um, theories and processes of doing it. And finally, they find a way to I'm sorry, splice DNA to create a new creature. Um, and unfortunately, some things happen within this process that cause a lot of failure. But one instance ends up bringing one of the projects to life, and Adrien Brody's character Clive and Sarah Polly's character Elsa, they come together and they basically create. I don't know what it's supposed to be called.
Dren.
Yeah, no, I mean like what the
Oh, what the
actual.
species is that called?
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what it is, but basically it's a genetically modified humanoid. I say that genetically
Mhm.
modified humanoid. And they call it like as I said, they call it Dren. And basically, they treat this thing like a baby, only to find
Yeah.
out this motherfucker ain't no baby. So, all right, man. So where do we start, bro? First, well, I got something. Okay,
What's up?
this is to all the scientists out there. This is to all the genetic engineers and all you people out there working with DNA and diseases and all of these different things. Quit touching stuff. Put it down. Okay, put it down. Enough is enough. All right. God dang, man. Just all this trying to make clones and trying to splice DNA. Some stuff just ain't to be touched. Some stuff ain't to be played with. Some stuff just it ain't there for you to figure it out. Some stuff is supposed to remain a mystery. It's supposed to remain a wonder. It's supposed to it's supposed to have that, you know what I'm saying, certain panache, that je ne sais quoi, you know what I'm saying? Just to have the where you be like, I wonder why that's that. Just leave it at that. Don't go no further. Enough is enough. Because this is the type of stuff where, you know what I'm saying, shit goes wrong. You know what I mean? This is what happens when you touching shit. When your mama say, put that down, get your hands off of it. You know, this is what she means. So
Yo, the great Carlos Miller said it best, man. Stop
quit
touching
touching
shit.
shit. Just thank you. Thank you. Couldn't have been put better. You know what I'm saying? That's all you gotta do. Just stop touching shit. Because sometimes you touch shit and guess what? Bad things happen. And bad things happen all throughout this movie.
All throughout this movie. And it's funny you started there because
Yeah.
that's why I wanted to start. Because I was like, look, we need scientists and people that work in labs to it's hard to say what I'm about to say because it's like
Hmm.
you want them to have ambition, you want them to, you know what I'm saying, want to change the world, but at the same time, we don't need everybody to change the world. Like we don't think you gonna have that one great idea that's gonna fix everything. And it always starts with, oh well, if we can create this from this DNA, we can, stop this disease or stop that disease. That's just like great example, Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They come up with a great idea. Oh well, we could get some, not DNA, but we could get some stuff from the shark's brain. You know what I'm saying? And solve Alzheimer's and all of a sudden. But now this bitch make the shark smarter and they bring down the whole goddamn compound.
Come on, man.
like,
Come on, man. You know what
like,
I'm saying? Come on, man.
what are we doing?
Just fucking with shit, bro. Um. All right. So we ain't even gotta go scene for scene. We just gonna talk about it. So
Yeah.
Clive and Elsa, they create this humanoid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you first see it, you don't know exactly what it is because it's like these little blobs. You just see these little blobs, and they have like these like leaf-like tongues or whatever, but they like a vibrant pink. So you know what I'm saying? It look like a tongue, but it's in the shape of a leaf and it's long and they coming together and they doing all this stuff. And Elsa decides, hey, what if we put some human DNA in this joint? What if we put some human DNA in one of these? Nobody knows about this but Elsa. Elsa is sneaking and doing this shit.
Yeah, because they got denied.
Yeah.
Because they went to the person that ran the lab and they was like, nah, like we done. We just gonna do this and don't do nothing else. Nah, Elsa, like I said, trying to be too fucking ambitious.
Absolutely. And she creates goddamn hell spawn on Earth. Okay. That's exactly what this goddamn thing was. This was hell spawn on Earth. First off, when they found out that it was a, you know what I'm saying, it was actually a living thing. It only had a tail and 2 feet. It didn't have no arms.
Mm-hmm.
Off rip, you got the, you know what I'm saying. Clive had the right idea. We gotta kill it. We gotta
Yep.
kill this thing. We don't know exactly what this thing is gonna do. We don't know exactly what this thing is capable of. We have to kill this. For some odd ass reason, whatever they was creating had like super animalistic predator predatory features and characteristics. That's not something you want to create. Like if you're gonna create some shit, create like a herbivore. Some shit that's just gonna be like
Yeah.
eating grass and shit that you ain't really gotta worry about. They creating shit with spikes and fucking tails and you know what I'm saying? Shit that you don't you as a human you ain't gonna be able to fuck with.
Yes.
And so they created it. They named it Dren, which was the company's name backwards. The company was I forgot what it stood for, but it was the acronym was nerd,
Yeah.
basically. Which is I thought was hilarious. Uh a science company named Nerd is funny as fuck. Like you gotta get a writer's credit for that, right? Um but so this thing ends up pretty much like of course growing exponentially. It's like it, whatever it is doing this thing. And then at first it's a female version of this thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's growing. And the weird thing is this: we don't never see it in like a child state. It's like infancy and then adult, which
You know
which
what?
I
Yeah.
thought was already off key. Like where was it when it was a kid? So there's no kid stage in this motherfucker. It's like infancy and then it's like out there. You know what I'm saying? Like automatically a red flag for me. When I seen that, I was like, this is not good at all. Um, so what did you think about this shit when you were seeing this? Like, because you already know that something bad is gonna happen. Like that's the whole point of the movie, right? But I don't think we knew to this extent of all the bad things that was about to happen. It was like a chain reaction of bad events.
Well, anytime someone say, "What's the worst that can happen?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
They made a movie called that shit with
absolutely.
Martin Lawrence and Danny DeVito. Like, don't ever say the phrase. It's just like in a horror movie. Don't say "I'll be right back." All right. Don't say
Don't
what's the
just don't
worst that can
leave.
happen.
Don't even
Well, I
leave.
mean that too. That too. But I
Yeah.
bring that up because Elsa. So when Elsa did it, because she locked out Clyde. It's Clive,
Mhm.
right? Yeah. Locked him
Yeah.
out and did the whole little shit. And so she's like, so they not wake it up, but it started to die. So she think it's a great idea. Let me stick my hand in this thing and fucking get it out manually. And then it starts to grab her. And that should tell you right there.
Mind you, it's in an incubator. It ain't like it's
Yeah,
out in. It's not like it's out in the open. It's in an incubator with the gloves in it. So you already know this is some shit you ain't even supposed to be playing with.
exactly. And then no, this is the part that really tripped me out. Clive go to cut like the sack part open,
Mm-hmm.
cut the shit, take the knife, and put the knife in his mouth
Mm-hmm.
with all this slime. Fucking just yo,
Yeah,
that shit was disgusting.
yeah, I was like, so you're not even worried about what the fuck that could do to you. Okay.
Exactly. Like we don't know. See, that's that COVID shit. You know what I mean? This is how shit get fucked up in labs where you just
Absolutely.
got just okay. So anyway, so this thing pops out, and like you said, Clive said, "Yo, we got to kill it," but no. Elsa's like, oh, look how cute it is, and he's trying to tell her, you said you just wanted to see if something could live. We see that it's alive. Now we got to kill it. She's like, no. So she want to fucking take care of this damn thing. My whole thing, like you said, you knew something's bad is going to happen with this thing. There's no way. I was surprised how Elsa would try to discipline this motherfucker. I'm talking about when it was like in the teenage stage. Like, this bitch taller than her with a whole goddamn tail that what I'm saying, wrap around your neck and kill your ass, and you want to holler at this thing?
With a spike that come out.
Yeah, like bitch, I can kill you at the drop of a dime. But anyway, this is when the movie changed for me. All right. So they like reading her bedtime story and shit. You know what I'm saying? Put her down. Then they want to, you know what I'm saying, lay him down, smack him, yak him and shit.
Of course.
Elsa, she's sitting there, not Elsa, Adrien is watching. So she's thinking, oh, okay. So this is what you do. Like, so then she starts getting this attraction for fucking Clive. Clive don't fucking understand why he's looking at Adrien certain type of ways at times. And you can see it. Like, then we figure out the reason why he's attracted to this damn thing is because it's her fucking DNA.
Right.
This bitch takes her own DNA, mix it in, and this is what kills me. But check this out. She ain't even thinking about this. What if Adrien would have just went rogue, right? Because Adrien was loyal.
Yeah.
But what if she went rogue and went on like a killing spree, right? But let's say, hear me out. Let's say she go on a killing spree, but they can't find this bitch. So then police start investigating like these murdered people. Finds her fucking DNA. Now your dumb ass is going down for murders you ain't do because put your damn DNA in this goddamn human sorpio or whatever the fuck this damn thing's supposed to be.
And either way it go, you going to jail for a very long
time.
Because either you committed the crime of killing people or you committed the crime of creating this humanoid thing that's not supposed to even be existing, even though your program got shut down and you didn't report it to anything. So you either going to jail or you going to the feds.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Why they didn't learn from Hollow Man?
Good point.
Yo, people.
Good point.
We got to investigate people in labs, man.
Absolutely. Yo, this was a thing that I as I was watching this, I noticed something very interesting, right? So I mentioned the fact that we only see Adrien in two stages. We see Adrien in infancy, and then we basically see Adrien in adulthood. And the reason I mention this is because Elsa and Clive are her quote unquote parents. Right. Well, in the infancy stages, Elsa loves the fuck out of Adrien. Clive don't fuck with her.
Yep.
In the adult stages, Clive loves the shit out of Adrien. Elsa don't fuck with her. So I thought that was very interesting how that kind of switched, because Clive the whole time was basically like, yo, we have to kill this thing. We cannot allow this thing to live. And, Elsa, like, those motherly instincts kick in, that feminine energy kick in. And she like, yo, no, we got to keep it. We got to treat it like it's ours. We created this thing. This is our creation, blah, blah, blah. And then once it gets older, you know what I'm saying, some events happen. And now Elsa's like, yo, I don't think we need to let this motherfucker live. And Clive like, nah, everything cool. This motherfucker high. So
now remember one thing though. There was a point where Dream couldn't breathe. right? It
Yeah.
had like a fever, all this little shit. They're like, yo, I think it's dying.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes up with the whole thing of like he's like, hey, what do you do to a human when they have a fever? You put them in water.
Right.
So they put Dren in water. Dren didn't want to be in water, and then he submerged it underwater. He tried to drown it.
Submerge. Yeah, I'm about to say submerge is kind of nice. That motherfucker tried to drown this
He
motherfucker.
tried to drown it and
Yeah.
didn't even know that the
Motherfucker
motherfucker could
amphibious.
breathe underwater.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's when she started. That's when the whole love thing started to happen because she was like, you saved, he saved her life, quote unquote
Right.
life or whatever. And then what did she do? She gave him a hug.
Mm-hmm.
And then Elsa's like, oh, how did you know that? How did you know she could breathe underwater? And then he's like, yeah, like that motherfucker had no idea.
Hell
That
nah. He
motherfucker
trying to
breathe
off that
underwater.
motherfucker, man. He trying to get rid of that motherfucker.
Yo, that was crazy. And that's when I was like, yo, look, that's what killed me about Elsa.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this thing, we don't know what all it could do. Like right in front of you. So she broke out. This motherfucker's on the roof. They
Mm-hmm.
trying to chase her down. Fucking wings pop out.
Exactly.
This thing.
And she was about to fly off until my man Clive said, "We don't want you to leave. You know I love you, right?"
Yep.
And Jen decides to stay. Now you could have
Yo.
been rid of this motherfucker forever.
Yep.
You could have got rid of this motherfucker. You could have wiped your hands clean of it. Nobody would have knew nothing. They'd have just known that this humanoid thing was out in the world. It probably would end up dying. And somebody would have shot it or something. And, it'd have been on the news, old humanoid with a tail, what I'm saying, found, da da da. And you could have cut ties to it. The lab wouldn't have known nothing. Instead, you let your human emotions get in the way. And you let your love for science get in the way and it ruined your life. All because of a chain reaction of bad decisions.
That is a perfect way to put it. It was
Absolutely.
a chain reaction of bad decision. It was bad decision after bad decision
Literally.
because you don't know what this thing was capable of.
Right.
And then, especially when they took it to the barn, you started to learn more things about this thing that you did not know. And it's like, yo, that's why I was so surprised that the character Elsa would like yell at her and try to discipline her. Cause it's like, yo, that bitch can pull this thing out this tail and just stick you in your damn forehead and you out of here. Like,
Not only that, it didn't have okay, so if you've never seen this movie, right? We have to describe this thing to you. And so this thing is like a 6'8" um it's 6'8", it's female, it has a very long tail like a dinosaur down there, and it's a spike that comes at the end of its tail whenever it wants to. It's a regular tail until it pulls the spike out.
mm-hmm.
Um, it has 3 fingers, 3 long ass fingers, and an opposable thumb, and it has like it has hind legs basically, like the knees. I mean, like the, you know what I'm saying, like it has legs like
Yeah,
how the back of a horse or like the back of a tiger or some shit like that. And so this motherfucker's
but
strong as shit, by the way, too.
yeah, but like from the, you know what I'm saying, from the above the thigh, like hip up is
Hmm.
all,
It's all human,
female
basically.
features. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So
motherfucker can swim and breathe underwater, and it can fly. So far, because we don't know what
yeah,
else
we
it
don't even know what
would
else it
evolve
could do.
into. Yeah, we don't even know what the fuck else it would evolve into. And it got sharp ass teeth. By the way, we forgot to mention that. So, Jen is basically, talking about how her mom didn't let her do this, and she was basically telling Jen about her upbringing. And then she started like putting makeup on Jen, giving her pretty dresses and all these other things. Basically treating her, she gave her a necklace, treating her like
Mm-hmm.
a young lady. And it comes to a point where Dren finds a cat. And this is where shit really goes downhill. So Dren
Well,
finds a cat.
well, before the cat,
Hmm.
because we got to explain to people why they thought it was going to be an issue with the cat. Because when they first took her to the barn, she escaped, and then
Hmm.
they found her in, I think it was a rabbit. I mean, she fucked that rabbit up, bro.
I mean, it's
Blood
a
all
rabbit.
over the face, all that type shit. So,
Yeah, it's a rabbit. That
yeah,
was
so
the thing that's the thing that confused me. I'm like, it's a rabbit. You should. That's what you know. We shoot rabbits and eat them.
yeah, but I think that they were thinking the whole time if she did that to that rabbit, she would do that to any quote unquote animal.
Now,
So,
see, that's a great point. But this is where my confusion pops in because as a scientist, your job is to think, right? The whole
mhm,
the whole purpose of science is thinking, theory, experimentation, solving problem. It's all thinking that science. You know what I'm saying? It's all that's all it is. You mean to tell me you saw her with the rabbit,
mhm,
right? Killed the rabbit, no issue. Blood everywhere, all that. You then saw her with the cat, holding the cat like
mhm.
most like a pet. And then was like, "Oh no, you can't have that." Man, get the fuck out of here, bro.
It did say you might be allergic. I was like, what the
Come on,
fuck?
man. Come on, man. She ain't sneeze. She ain't break out in hives. She ain't do none of that shit. She was holding the cat the whole time with no issue. So Elsa sees this humanoid with the cat. Tells her, "Nah, you can't have the cat. You gotta give me the cat." Right? So she takes the cat from her. You know, Clive talked to her about it. Maybe it's a good thing that she have a cat. She by herself all the time, except for seeing us. It'd be nice for her to, have a pet. So Elsa changed her mind. Well, what she don't know is she done pissed Dren off. Dren ain't fuck with
Yep.
that. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Dren don't talk. She only make noises like an animal. But she was pissed about this shit. So finally, Elsa come in with the box and shit. She opened the box. She pulled the cat out. She's like, "Well, I think it'll be cool for you to have a cat." Dren like, "Nah, bitch, you gonna change your mind? Watch this." She take her spike out, pow, stab the fuck out the cat. I don't know what possessed Elsa to do this. I don't know why Elsa thought this was a great idea. I don't know what type of, you know what? I do know why, but I'm not gonna talk about that. This is not the platform. But Elsa decides, hey, you don't do that. And I'm saying this in a nice way, basically. Hey, you don't do that. Bad girl. Right? So she basically
Mhm.
raises her voice and she slaps Dren across the face. Dren, in less than a split second, realizes, hey, bitch, I'm a predator. so So she instantly, after getting slapped, turns her head, starts growling, jumps on because Elsa's sitting on the couch, jumps on the couch, pushes the couch back to where now Elsa is pretty much like lying on her back, but still like sitting on the couch in a weird position. Pulls the spike out her out her tail, snatches the key off of Elsa's neck, growls at her, gets up, runs to the door, and then runs outside. Elsa spooked now because she like, what the fuck was that? Right? As if
Mhm.
you did. That's like slapping a tiger and a tiger biting you. You'd be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe the tiger did that." That's pretty much what this situation was. So she goes to tell Clive about it. Well, no, she don't tell Clive about the shit. She what did she do? She drugged her or something like that, or how the fuck did she get her?
I think she came back, but I think she left because I'm trying. I felt like I felt like she came back, but Elsa left and went to the lab, and then Clive came.
No, I'm saying, how did she get her on the table? Because remember, she had her on the table and she took the spike out her tail.
Oh, damn! How did she get her on the table? Did she hit her with a tranquilizer?
I think she did. That's what I'm thinking. I think she tranquilized her. She tranquilizes her, puts her on, gets her on the operating table, basically, straps her down.
Butt ass.
Literally, yeah, take her clothes off. Literally, like now she's in a science experiment for real. and she basically extracts the spike out of Elsa's tail. I mean, out
Or at
of
least
Jen's tail.
though she thought.
Yeah, exactly. That's what she thought. Clive comes in and he like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Now Elsa's whole demeanor is different. She got this cold ass demeanor. She like, well, she getting real angry and aggressive, basically showing the characteristics of the two blobs, which was Fred and um Carol. I think that's what they call them, Fred and Carol. Something I know one of them name was Fred, basically. But anyway, basically said that she's showing the characteristics of them because in the previous scene before we get there, they're at this conference and they are basically presenting the two blobbish humanoid, well, not even humanoid, the two blobbish creatures that they create. And at first, remember we told you they had like leaf-like tongues. They, pulling their tongues out, bringing together, basically like sensing each other. But one was male and one was female. Well, when they did the presentation and they showing everybody what's going on, everybody is in awe. They like, wow, these things is moving. Well, one of them decides to say, hey, I'm no longer female. I am a male now. And basically changes sex in the midst of them talking during this presentation. And when they show them each other, they come up and meet. Like at first, they kind of feel each other out, and then bow. They just instantly get into a fight and kill each other. In which that's what ended up getting a program shut down. Well, Clive, like, I don't know what's going on. She basically took all the samples and the tail, I mean, and the spike from the tail or whatever, and take it to the lab. Well, Clive is alone with Dren now, and he basically covered Dren up, unstrap her from the table and everything. He basically comes to her rescue in a weird way. Um, he let her free in the barn. He locked the barn. He goes back to the house and he's drinking. Now this is where shit gets weird. Gets real fucking weird in this situation because they have a system to where they can watch Dren on camera throughout the barn. And he's looking on the cameras. He can't find Dren, but it's I guess they got like a pool or something in the barn. Well,
Mm-hmm.
Dren is swimming, and in the midst of her swimming and him drinking, he's watching her swim on the camera. And so he putting his finger up to the camera, some weird shit he doing, and then Dren put her hand up to the camera or whatever, and he get freaked out. So he wasn't that freaked out, but he got freaked out. So he goes into the barn.
After telling himself, don't go out there.
After drinking and telling himself not to do it, the liquor got a hold of him, and he went out there and basically he smashes Dren. Him and Dren have sexual encounter. Super weird. In the midst of their sexual encounter, Elsa comes back, walks into the barn and sees this nigga giving Dren the O face. And of course, she breaks out, she leaves. I guess after a few days of realizing that she can't really break up with this nigga for cheating, she has to go back because if she doesn't go back, this whole shit could be ruined. All their work could be down the drain. And basically they both are going to jail. So because she don't want to go to jail, she like, fuck it. I go back and accept this nigga. They had a little argument or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it is what it is. Well, it come to a point to where eventually Dren dies. And they bury her. And one of the people that was in the lab with uh one of the people that was in the lab who was Gavin,
uh,
that was
Gavin, yeah.
Clive's brother. Gavin tells what's dude's name? John? Don't know, not John. Oh, William. Yeah. John tells William, who is like the head of the program, tells William everything because Gavin finds out that they created this thing, blah blah blah, whatever, whatever. Well, they roll up to the barn. Gavin and William. They roll up to the barn. And when they roll up to the barn, basically Elsa and Clive are having a bonfire, it looked like. And they burning pretty much all the evidence. That's what they really doing. So, William, he pissed. Where is it? I need to see it. I need to see what the fuck is going on. Cause y'all did this behind my back. And if anything happened, I'm also gonna be the one who is responsible for this. But before we get to that, we gotta do, you know what I'm saying, a quick break and we gotta pay these bills. You know what I'm saying? And let's get to it, bro.
Yes, sir. If you are tired of energy drinks that give y'all little to no results, then W Energy got you covered with a selection of energy or hydration drink mix with a variety of unique flavors. I just got my cup today. I'm just drinking regular water today. Um, but they got great tasting flavors. They have no jitters, no crash, zero sugar, zero filters, just clean energy.
That's right. And with ingredients like coffee fruit extract and a load of B vitamins, you too can get your own mixes for hydration or energy, whichever one you choose. You can also get a cool shaker like the one S Dot just showed you, or you can get one like I have. They have various ones that are they have designs that are inspired by content creators, different anime shows, video games, and a lot more. Right now, they have a collab that they're doing with the solo leveling anime. They got two different flavors and they got a load of different shakers with your favorite characters on them, with designs by them and everything else. So if you are a solo leveling fan, if you are an energy drink fan, or if you are a hydration drink fan, this is the move for you. Um, if you would like to do that, go to w.gg and use our code VAPOD and get 10% off of your next order. That's w.gg using our code VAPOD and you can get 10% off of your order. And it's not a one time deal. This is every time you go to W and order W, you can use our code VAPOD and get 10% off your order. Um, so make sure you go do that. If you don't remember, hit the link in the description. We have the link down there so you can just click it, go there, get what you need, get in and out just like that. So make sure you hit them up at w.gg and using our code VAPOD. So fuel up, stay focused with W. Um,
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. So real quick, back to what we was talking about. So William is like, yo, I need to see what y'all did. So, Elsa pissed because now, everything that they did is pretty much put to an end. So she like, she
Hmm.
give him the shovel. Well, you go see for yourself. You know what I'm saying? She buried in the back behind the barn. So William, he get the shovel and he confused because he like, she like, what the fuck? Well, before he can even take a step, something sweeps him up off his feet and puts his ass in the trees and kills him all in one swoop.
Yep.
Everybody is lost because they like, what the fuck was that? Because it could have been anything at this point. They just buried Dren. Dren ain't there no more, and it's just the four of them out there, and whatever Clive and I mean whatever um, Gavin and William drove up in. Well, come to find out, uh, Dren ain't dead. Dren just changed sexes. And because we don't get a chance to see what happens when they change sex from the Fred and Carol situation, we don't know exactly what the reason is of the humanoid changing sexes. And so basically, Dren is no longer a woman. Dren is now a man. And Dren is really about that life now. Dren is ultra aggressive. Dren is like apex predator type shit. So they like fuck this, run. Dren like nah, nah, nah. He snatched Gavin up, get Gavin the fuck up out of there. So now it's just Clive and Elsa left. Uh, Dren attacks Clive basically, and you know throw this nigga in the lake.
Yeah, took it easy on him though.
Yeah, very easy.
Not like it did William and Gavin.
Nah, nah,
Like,
nah.
God,
Yeah, what they
like,
found that nigga William in the tree with half his face tore off.
yeah.
So Dren catches Elsa, you know what I'm saying, 1v1 with the fair one, you know what I'm saying, in the middle of the woods. And you know what I'm saying, pin her down. And Elsa is like, yo, let me go. What do you want from me? Dren talks for the first time ever.
Yep.
His first two words were inside you. It's exactly what you think it is. We don't gotta go no further. Don't gotta go no further. So so basically that happens. And Clive wakes up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Clive gets out the lake. He wakes up, and basically stabs Dren in the back with like a wooden spike or something like that, or like a tree, or I mean, not a tree, like a log or stick or some shit like that. Um, and then Dren falls off of Elsa. He basically takes the stick out of his body, attacks Clive, and right before he about to kill him, Elsa hit Dren in the head with a rock. She about to finish him off, but then he do like this little weeping thing and look up at her, and of course her heartstrings get hit real quick. This nigga take his tail, bow, stab my man Clive right in the heart. You know what I'm saying? Went out with a bang. Elsa finished him off. Well, after that, we see Elsa talking to the CEO of the company, and they having this discussion, and she's mentioning the number to her, and now she's talking about, well, you can't mention this to nobody, blah blah blah. So you at first you thinking, well, they pretty much just doing a cover up, so don't nobody get sued, don't nobody go to jail, whatever, whatever. Until Elsa stands up and you realize, oh, she's pregnant, and that's the end of the movie. So, a lot of Neanderthal shit going on in this film. You know what I'm saying? People making shit and fucking it. This is
uh,
why this is very important. This is why you know you don't want clones. You don't want none of that shit because humans are as advanced as we are as creatures compared to other creatures in the world. Right? We've been able to make buildings. We've been able to make cars and technology and all these other things. Our primal instinct, whenever we make something like us, is the fuck it. So we don't need to really make shit like us, right? Like think about this. If anybody think I'm just making a joke here, I'm really not. Really think about this. Think about what I'm saying. Star Trek. Who was the guy in Star Trek? It was Bill
Captain
Shatner,
Kirk.
right? William Shatner.
Yeah,
Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk. Yeah,
What the fuck did Captain Kirk do every time he seen a badass alien lady?
smash.
Smashed it. Any kind of alien movie where it's like an attractive alienoid woman, she's getting fucked. Or
Man,
an
you would have
alienoid
hit.
man,
Yo,
they
you would have hit Zenora.
no, no.
Yeah, you would.
Bro, why am I doing
Zamora.
why whoever, why am I doing that? Oh, you talking about Gomorrah?
Yeah.
Well, that's Zoe Saldana, so that don't count. So yeah. However, 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 I mean, the proof is there. You know what I'm saying? That speaks for itself. I'm saying like like think about this, right? In in Avatar, this nigga
hmm
became an avatar to fuck an avatar. Come
Yeah,
on,
but they
man.
fuck different
It don't matter. They fucked. That's what I'm saying.
though.
Humans primal instinct is to fuck things, bro. When them niggas in Scotland be over there with them sheep, you know what they be doing to them.
Yo.
That's all I'm saying. You feel me? Humans primal instinct is to fuck anything that has some sort of quote unquote human characteristic. I know it sounds sick. I know it's crazy, but we see vampires, right? Remember Dracula 2000? What was he doing in that?
Fucking.
He was fucking. That's necrophilia. Like, come
Yeah,
on, bro. What we talking about? You know what I'm saying?
but that's really sometimes it be the species though, because when I was watching this, it made me think, especially when I saw Elsa pregnant, it made me
Oh,
think
real
of
quick. Hold your thought. Hold your thought real quick. The movie
mhm,
Species. They was
same
fucking.
shit,
That's what I'm saying. Go
same
ahead.
shit. The astronaut's wife.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you ever seen that Johnny Depp, and, Charlize Theron.
Mm-mm.
So basically, Johnny Depp is an astronaut, went off into space and shit, and the whole mission went bad, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
and he came back, but he was different. Kind of
Mm-hmm.
find out, alien basically got into him and took over his body, and so his whole thing was, you know what I'm saying, get his wife pregnant, and now she's carrying an alien baby and shit.
See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So we got to stop doing this. Just humanity in general. We got to stop it. Either we gonna have to stop trying to fuck everything, or we gonna have to leave shit alone. You gonna have to pick one.
Yo,
You can't do
you
both.
remember that?
You
I
can't do
talked
both.
about this. I
Mm-hmm.
talked about this on when we used to do what we watching.
Mm-hmm.
So the only reason I watched this movie was because it had my girl in it. I don't know why. I think we all just got somebody that's like, they might not be like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's some women who just got like just natural beauty, right?
Yeah,
And there's some women, it's just something about them that you just
they got a
can't really
sex
explain,
appeal to them.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it had No Me Reply in it. So it
Mm-hmm.
was this movie called Lamb. I watched this whole movie. It's in
Mm-hmm.
a whole nother language and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to watch it because she was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out, this is the most craziest movie I've ever fucking seen.
Mm-hmm.
Where there was this lamb that was like half lamb, half human or whatever. And so
Okay, I
so this
remember you talking about this. Yeah.
yeah, and then the whole end of the movie, it was this whole lamb man. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker built like the rock and shit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But the bottom of it is like a lamb and shit. I was like, yo, what the fuck is really going on in
See
the
what I'm
world,
saying?
man?
That's what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
bro. So
yeah,
yeah,
sick shit.
we gotta figure this shit out, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop. Scientists, you can't fuck everything.
Man, it ain't even scientists, man. There are people who are fucking dogs
That
and
that's what I'm
horses
saying.
and shit.
Them
Like
too. You can't do it.
you you see shit. Oh, you see like real news articles where
Hmm.
a man fucking got locked up for fucking a horse or some shit. It's like, what
Yeah,
the
he was
fuck,
trying to
bro?
marry a horse overseas and shit.
Man, that was a what's in that episode? Jerry Springer. They said that was the one episode that got banned. Did you ever watch that Jerry Springer doc?
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. That was like an early,
Yeah,
early episode too.
yeah, and they said
Yeah,
that's they said every single episode of
yeah,
Jerry Springer airs, but that one. That's the only
yeah.
one that they
Cause you
canceled.
can't. Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, that's all. That's all I'm saying, man. I noticed a lot of similarities within these things as well too. You know what I'm saying? But we're not gonna go to that conversation because this ain't the pot for that. So you know who you are. Stop it. That's all I'm saying. Stop it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yo, man, listen, man, this movie was sick. I remember when I first seen this movie, like, see the trailer of it don't really tell you what it is
No, it
really.
does not.
So you go into this kind of having an idea in it. You know what? This actually, if you watch the trailer of this movie and
Hmm.
you watch the movie, it's actually good. And this is what I mean by this. A lot of trailers, especially nowadays, they show
Hmm.
you everything in the trailer. You kind of know
Yeah,
the movie going
they
into
do.
it.
They do.
This movie, you don't really know what you in for
Right.
until you start watching it. So they did do good
Yeah.
at least with that
Yeah.
part.
Yeah. Yeah. Bruh. Okay. bro, that's the whole premise of Aliens.
You talking about the regular Alien movie?
Yeah, that's the whole premise of Aliens.
I haven't seen. I haven't seen it in a while. I watched the first one.
You ain't even got to watch the first one. You don't even have to watch the first. Watch Alien versus Predator, Alien, anything with the alien in it. And anytime they go into the chamber with the eggs in it, what's the first thing the motherfuckers do when they jump out?
Trying to, well, I think that's because they're trying to. I think trying
They
to expand
breeding.
their species. Yeah, they're trying to expand their species.
That's well,
I
man.
mean, yeah, I mean it's the same. It's the same thing. It's the
That's what
same
I'm saying.
premise.
That's the premise of Aliens. And the predators come down and they are trying to stop this shit.
Wait a
They
minute.
hmm
So this is the one from. So you're speaking on Alien versus Predator.
I'm talking about the whole universe of Alien. The whole purpose of Alien. Alien was the first one to come out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in Alien, the way that they procreate is they create these scorpion like beings, and then the scorpion like beings pretty much implant eggs into some type of living organism. It incubates inside them, boom, comes out, and it's a fucking alien. We know that the aliens were created because of um one of the one of the humanoid things from Prometheus uh somehow impregnated old girl, right? And remember, she had to get into that thing and use the surgery
Thing.
thing
Yeah.
to get it out the
Suck it
body.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, which that's what created the alien. And then that and one of the other humanoids from Prometheus came together, boom. And then now we got what we know now as the actual alien, which would be the very first alien movie. That's how we get that, right? The Predator comes down to pretty much put an end to the alien race, but it's like a rite of passage. So like a young version of the Predator comes down with all the gear and shit and has to kill off as many of the aliens as they can, and they just keep sending them to basically it's like a war basically. The Predators have dreadlocks.
Yep.
I'll leave that there. All I'm saying is it's
Oh
a
man.
very common thing. It's a very common theme amongst all this shit. That's all I'm saying. But this ain't the pot for that. So anytime we actually get in contact with aliens, if aliens are catching this or watching this somehow, some way, listening to this, somehow this get caught up in the transmission, who knows? Stay the fuck away from human beings. They're going to try to fuck you. That's all. That's
I
all I'm
mean,
saying. For
but
all we know, Area
I
51
also
could be a huge ass Diddy party.
yeah, don't do that.
I'm being real with you.
Um, I think the reason we see that in a lot of movies, I think that's like humans, quote unquote, biggest fear is a creature, or alien, or even when you think of demonic shit,
Mm-hmm.
it's always Rosemary's Baby,
Mm-hmm.
what's the other joint,
Omen.
Omen.
Mm-hmm.
It's this whole fear of what I'm saying, you're having the devil's baby and all this type shit.
Yeah.
So I think it's a fear mongering thing, but they just keep recycling us the same shit, but just doing it in different forms.
I don't know about fearmonger. I think it's really just a sick ass kinky fantasy that these motherfuckers be having. Um, and they don't realize like humans ain't built for that. That's not the purpose of humans, right? Like it's a reason that lions breed with lions, right? It's a reason
Hmm.
that tigers breed with tigers. They put these motherfuckers together and create a liger, and that motherfucker can't have babies. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a reason for shit like that. So yeah, aliens, stay away from this motherfucker, man. Area
Yeah,
51 need to be investigated for real. We really the next president need to go ahead and debrief us on that. Declassify everything about that motherfucker. Tell us the truth.
I don't
You
know,
you
bro.
want to get you really want to get elected? I don't give a fuck who the next president is. If y'all can hear this, hear me out. I don't care who the next president is running or whatever. Matter of fact, Trump, if you listening, because you ignorant enough to do this. If you really want a third term, tell us about Area 51. I guarantee you, everybody gonna vote for you.
Didn't he threaten to tell us some shit about Area 51 and never did?
No, he just threatened to tell us about aliens, which was
Okay.
already stupid because they was already telling us about aliens. It's not like he did something special. He was like, yo, if I become president, I'm gonna let you guys know about aliens. It was like aliens was already being talked about in the government. They was already telling us shit about it, telling us that UFOs is real and everything else. And then here he come. Well, I'll tell you the truth about aliens. Well, they already doing that. He's one of the people like he one of the people that like he'll be on your team and like say like you score a touchdown and he'd be like, yeah, I scored a touchdown. He'd be like, no, you didn't. You blocked. That was all you did, bro. And you blocked on the other side. You ain't even blocked on the side I was on. Like you didn't do anything. He one of them niggas. Or like you remember back in the day where they used to do like the gold rush, and like if he was
Yeah.
with a group of dudes and they found gold, he'd be telling people he found the gold. Like
Yeah.
he one of them niggas. Yeah.
Didn't find shit.
Didn't find nothing, bro. Nigga barely did anything, but he going places telling everybody he found the gold. Like that's him, bro. He just take credit for everything, bro. Nigga don't do shit. So
Uh,
man, we coming to the end. Let's go ahead and do the fire flames.
let's do it.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
All right. Um, all right, flat out, man. I ain't gonna lie. This is a two. This is a two. In 2009, I thought this was gonna be something amazing. Um, but now in 2005, I realized that it wasn't because I barely remember this motherfucker. I remember small bits and pieces of it, but I thought it was something totally different before I rewatched it. And now rewatching it, I realize why I forgot it. Um, I have to say this. I have to say this. Adrien Brody. I know I bigged him up a long time ago. I know a couple, not even a couple, a while back. We was on the episodes and I talked about how good Adrien Brody was. Yo, in certain films, Adrien Brody is boring as fuck.
Yeah, this is one of them.
Yes, he's very fucking boring. And he's odd looking too, so it makes it even more boring. You know what I'm saying? Like he just looked like he shouldn't be able to function like as a breathing, living human being. He looks like AI created him.
Oh man.
I'm serious. And what's her name? Sarah Polly? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's boring as fuck too. She's a horrible actress. She did a horrible job in this film. Her acting is for shit. Only reason I'm giving it a two is because of Dren. You know what I'm saying? Dren made this movie. If it wasn't for the Dren character, shout out to I don't even know how to pronounce her last name.
I don't even.
Daphne Kanake? Shanake? I don't know. Whoever she is, she did a great job. You know what I'm saying? She did a wonderful job um playing this character. But outside of that, like this movie, the cast is only like six people.
Yeah, it's not many.
Yeah, it's really not a lot of people in this film. And I mean it really drags on a little bit too. Um and it's like you don't even understand the purpose of like why they even doing this to begin with. So next, it's like you start off in the lab, and then they create this thing. They gotta hide this thing. They go to this conference. After the conference, they get shut down because of the bullshit that happened at the conference. So now they back at a barn, and then like every now and then they'll show them in the lab, but they really be at the bar. It's stupid. Like, how the fuck do you keep like? I want to know what the working hours are like for scientists. By the way, that's what we really should have talked about because she was taking hella days off work and she was not fired until they got canceled. So yeah, I'm giving this thing a 2.
We on the same page. I'm giving this a 2.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say we on the same page, we on the same page. Like 2009, especially the trailer, I was like, yo, this shit look fire.
Absolutely.
And then you go into it and you was duped. Like you a dupe. You just it's just a lot of weirdo shit. It's a lot of things where it's just like, all right, man, what are y'all really doing? Like y'all are breaking every ethical code that there is out here.
And nobody
And
knows about this.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Putting all of us at risk, man. This is how COVID got out. Somebody trying to create some shit you don't supposed to be damn creating. Like, do what you're supposed to do. And I will say this. I understand that we do have, and I spoke a little bit about this earlier. We do have a lot of diseases that we quote unquote don't have answers for.
Right.
And it is sad. And I use the deep blue sea thing and Alzheimer's. I'm telling you that I've known people who've dealt with people who had it. It's terrible.
Right.
It's really, really terrible to hear about. But at the same time, it's like, all right, man, do we got to go out here and go grab a shark and take fucking shit from a shark and try to,
You know
what I'm
what?
saying?
I'm not against that concept of deep blue sea because it's only so far the shark can go.
Yeah, and
Like,
they had to contain.
That's what I'm saying. He ain't getting out the water and like walking up to people and just like chomping niggas head off like dinner. You feel what I'm saying? Like he's in the ocean, so like I know I'm good with the shark. The water shit, as long as it can't come out the water and get us, I'm good with that. Anything on land, leave that shit alone. The water shit, y'all do what y'all do, but on land, leave that motherfucker alone.
And I know they supposed to be doing some shit. Well, at least I've heard, and like in this, we seen this in movies, whole shit about how elephants can remember shit from such and such, and
but
so
the
they
elephant
trying
will
to
fuck
do.
you up though.
Oh yeah,
so you're not getting shit from an elephant. An elephant will fuck you up. Like
they
remember that
probably
one
got to
lady?
wait.
They had that one lady. She just fuck with that elephant. The elephant killed her, and then they had her funeral. And the elephant came and killed her again at her funeral. Hey, it's not funny that she died. It's crazy at the fact that the elephant killed this motherfucker twice. Like the elephant did not. Whatever she did to that elephant, she fucked up big time.
Yes,
That was crazy.
but all I'm saying is like, look, to the extent that this woman was going, we don't need to go that far to try to create something to the cure disease, man. Exactly. But I think they'd be using the cure disease for fucking excuse to create some dumb shit too at the same time.
I'm with you. I'm with you. We are definitely on the same page because I totally agree. Because it's always some fucked up shit in the midst of them trying to create some shit. Like them niggas tried to create a pill that was supposed to help you, and the next thing you know, like the world was on opioids.
Exactly.
Like, come on, bro.
And then they pushing it to you, finding ways for you to take it,
and making you pay for it at that.
Yes.
The only good thing that came out of science was the 80s.
Yo.
Because of cocaine. That's the only good time that science created some shit and it ended up being good. The 80s, we didn't have no real problems except for
AIDS. AIDS, HIV.
AIDS. I'm not gonna say AIDS is questionable, but the way that they talked about AIDS, the way that they were saying how like it was gonna spread and all that, and then they made Philadelphia for propaganda and all that. Like Magic Johnson, come on, bro.
Well, technically, they say he got HIV.
Whatever he got, it was supposed to kill him a long time ago.
Did you see that doc that they did on him? Man, I watched that one doc they did on him. Bro, this motherfucker take like 50 pills a day, bro. It was crazy.
All placebo. I don't know none of that. All placebo, bro. All placebo.
I'm just saying, I watched that doc, man. And it was like they had that shit lined up, and he was like talking about all of these pills that he got to take, and it was like about 30
Of course
pills
he,
that
of
he
course
had
he,
to take.
of course he did. 'Cause they gave him a movie theater. They gave him a TV show. This nigga owned the Dodgers. He owned the Commanders. Yeah, yeah. I'm sure he did, bro. This is why I was so. This is exactly why I was so skeptical about this because they talked about AIDS, right? But that shit was like rampant in Africa. Remember that?
Yep.
They would talk about AIDS in Africa like that shit was taking niggas out one by one, like every hour on the hour. I don't know how true it was. I don't know if it was real, false, whatever. I'm just saying the propaganda around AIDS was very suspicious to me. Now, I'm not saying it's not a real thing because I personally know somebody that was affected by it. I'm saying that I don't think it was as bad as they was making it out to be. That's what I'm saying. But cocaine made the 80s lit. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Shit was great. Studio 54, like niggas was rocking with cocaine. We had LT, Michael Irvin. Like, think of all the greats that came out of cocaine. Prince, you know what I'm saying? Rick
LT.
James. Yeah, like think of all the greats that came out. Then they fucked it up because they added baking soda to it and created crack.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So now I will say this though. Something about crack. I don't know what it is, but it's something about crack to where niggas was living a very fucking long time as crackheads. They could not die. I don't know what that was about. I don't know what they was putting in
I
it,
think it's
but
the baking soda, bro.
it might be. But niggas was not dying as crackhead. Like I knew a crackhead that was like 80. And this nigga was like physically fit, like a physically fit 80-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Wildest shit in the world. But that's another episode. We're gonna have to get into that. Coming soon.
Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
All right, so our next episode is a documentary on Netflix called Gone Girls Long Island Killer.
Oh,
I have to
we're not doing a Black Mirror next.
Oh, you're right. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. That'll be the episode after we do continue the Black Marathon. So this will be episode 4.
Yeah, episode 4, Plan
Listen,
Things. Plan Thing.
yeah, that's the
Which I
one
was
with
it's like the Bandersnatch, like
the video game one.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a weird one.
it
Yeah,
is.
that's gonna be interesting because that was a weird episode. So it's called Plan Things.
Well, just Plan Thing.
Oh, Play a
Not
Thing.
plural. Yeah,
Yeah.
Play Thing.
So Plaything. Okay, so episode 4, right?
Yeah, episode 4, yeah.
Episode 4, Black Mirror Plaything. That's what we will be covering next. Listen, if you like this episode, if you didn't like this episode, if you too um want to figure out what the fuck is going on in these labs and why they hunching on every goddamn thing, hit us up, let us know on all our socials as we stated before. You can also hit us up personally, individually. You can find me on Twitter at Scoots Bronson. I got a link tree in the bio. You can follow me everywhere else there. Do not forget to check out our TikToks, Scoots Bronson TV. I will be going live over the next few weeks. Come check me out there. That's all I got.
And y'all can find me at s.foster8 on Instagram, TikTok, and X. Follow the podcast 28 minutes or less. New episode is out, so go check that out on all major platforms.
All right, man. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, your support is greatly appreciated. Remember, without you, there could be no us. And until the next episode, like they say in Hollywood, that's a wrap.
Cut.